Hi, and welcome to the R2RB podcast series. It is the Indie Music Artist Day, and today I have with me Dinky, and I have Gav and Adam with me. Hey guys, how are
Hello.
you?
Hiya.
Danny
Hi,
is
Deborah.
Danny is off doing his thing today. That's all right. I won't
Hey,
hold
Gav,
it against him.
He's a hard man to track down, Daddy
Yeah.
is.
There you go. So you are over in the UK in the West Midlands, is that correct?
That's
Yes,
correct,
true,
yeah,
yes.
that's correct.
Awesome. I have no idea where exactly that is, but I should have looked it up, but I sound good. So who are you and what did you do before Dinky and how'd you all come together?
Okay.
Gav.
Well, I'm Gav, so I'm the singer, guitarist, and bass player of the band. What did I do before Dinky? I've been doing it so long, I don't actually know what my life was before this band. Um, I mean, musically, I obviously just, when I was at school, just met some friends and we just started bands and things like that. And Dinky was something that started like years and years and years ago with different people. It was just a name that we had for this, just a collection of musicians. But then I think it was around about 2011. That's when we started to sort of make it like a proper band, and that's Adam joined then and Danny shortly afterwards, and obviously we've been together ever since, really. So yeah, I've always worked in the arts. So like outside of music, I work in the arts sector. Works for theatres and supporting music in schools and all the kinds of stuff like that. But yeah, Dinky's been like is just a huge part of my life and what I do on the day to day. Adam?
I joined around about 12 years ago, 13
Yeah.
years ago. Before that, same old thing. You start when you're young, 16, 17, you get with a group of mates at school, you think you're going to change the world, and then
Right.
suddenly you disappear off to university, and then other things happen, and then you sell your bass like I did for a tumble dryer, and suddenly music takes a bit of a back burner as far as life's concerned. Then I started to learn how to play guitar again, got together with a guitarist who was teaching at the school where I was working. And then from that, I then got to know Gav through a mutual friend who was playing bass at the time. And then we've not looked back since then, have we?
We never have,
We've
no.
not looked
Wow.
back since then. So, and it's grown as a mutual respect, musicianships developed, songwriting.
Friendship.
Yeah, friendship. Yeah, we were talking that when we were driving back on Wednesday. It's good. It's good. You don't you think these sorts of things are over when you as soon as you make those life choices. So to everybody out there, don't think, oh, because you used to do it then, you can't do it now.
Exactly. Absolutely. And I was just, well, a few things that happened this past week. And one of the things that I had thought about is that music doesn't discriminate against anything. You can stop the music, go back to the music. You can start it when you're young and go back to it when you're older. And music just is the universal language as well. So I agree. If you don't think you can't go back to something that you had, way back when coming forward, just because you're going to miss out if you don't, right? You would have
Yeah,
missed out
exactly. Yeah.
with Dinky and with Gavin. And then when did Danny come into play?
A couple of years after,
Yeah, after I joined.
yeah, it was a couple of years after Adam joined. I think it was I think it was about 2013. I'm currently looking through lots of old photographs at the moment because we're putting some artwork together for something for next year. And I found the first ever photo of the band, all four of us, because it used to be a four piece. And I think it was around about 2013. So yeah, so Danny's been with us for a good 10 years as well now.
Wow.
So we've been through quite a lot over the last 10 years. And like I said, we're still in a really good place. You're making music and having
Yeah,
fun, and it's
enjoyed
it's
it. Yeah.
it's kind of better now than it's ever been, really. So
Well,
again,
that
going back to that point about it's never too late to pick this back up again if you're a musician of a certain age or whatever, because it could actually be better in your later years than what you had it when you were younger. And I think for me at the moment, this is the most I've been involved in a band or music, and I'm having the best time.
Yeah.
It's just great. It's
Good
just
fun.
it's wicked. It's awesome. But yeah,
yeah.
I sometimes go, are we really doing this?
yeah, like it's
Well,
Really
you're
so
doing it.
so much fun. It's so
yeah,
it's
you're
just
really
I don't care
doing
what
it. But
anybody else
yeah,
thinks. I'm having fun.
yeah.
and that's all that counts. But you just said
That's all.
something that, yeah, you just said something, right? That kind of hit home. You're still having fun. You're still enjoying it. And it's when that stops what do you have? So you guys are doing something right.
That's the time to leave. Yeah, that's the time to leave. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my gosh. So is Dinky full time for all of you?
No, it's like part time. Well, it feels like a full time thing.
Yeah.
I'll just let you get on with it.
It's probably full time for me, but I mean, I still work as well. But yeah, it's just something that takes up a lot of time, really. But it's not it's not the only thing that we do. We've all got other hats that we wear and things, you know.
Yeah, because you're so busy. We'll get into all the things that you do, but there's the albums, there's the singles, there's the music videos. It's like, oh my gosh, I don't know how you guys do everything else. I have a quick question. Is there a story behind the name Dinky?
I mean, not really, not a story in such as like where it came from. I think I came up with the name. We don't think it's a very good name for a band personally. I think we've had it for so long that it's kind of stuck, and it doesn't really mean what it means. But so I don't know.
What does it mean?
What does it? What does anything?
It can mean one thing today and something else tomorrow.
It's I don't really have a very intelligent, articulate, interesting story to say about it, really. I was obsessed.
Sorry, Deborah. Next question.
I was obsessed with like tiny things when I was like at university. So I just thought Dinky sounded like a cool name for like the band. I just thought it sounded cool. And then in later years, I already talk about changing it for years ago, but
yeah, no.
The whole hassle of having to change your social media and your website and Spotify and all of that. And I just thought,
absolutely,
people know it, you know.
Yeah. I won't lie. I had to go do a little research on the name because I always ask the question if the name is a little bit, different. And so I was reading the definition and the meanings, and I was like, well, I don't know what kind of story they're going to come up with this one.
I think I'm going to have to come up with a really good answer to that question. And next time I'll be like, oh, I'm glad
to be something sensible next time. Oh, God's sake,
it's stuck though. It's just a name that just stuck with us over the years. And,
it has stuck. So if you change it now, they're going to say who? You say Dinky and people know, oh yeah, we know them. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. I like that. Well, yeah. We'll have to figure out more about that one at another time. Oh my gosh. All right. So bring us up to date on everything that's been going on recently. You've had a new album release, correct? You have a new single release coming out from that album? Which way does it go?
So we have a new album coming out. I don't know if the camera will pick it up.
Yeah.
Or if it's backwards our end, but hopefully it will look normal. So this is our new album. It's called Ghost. Sorry, I'm blocking Adam's face there.
That's all right. My fingers are more important, actually.
Sorry, that's
just in case you haven't noticed. I'm pointing to it.
Incredibly rude. So this is our new album, Ghost. So this is what we've been working on for the last probably year and a half.
Yeah.
It's a 15-track album, all new music. Yeah, we just literally, this is part of our promotion for the build-up of the album. So it comes out on the 6th of July, sort of worldwide. And we're just promoting it now. So we have released 2 singles so far. And we're going to be releasing a 3rd single from that album towards the end of July. We're just finalising the music video for that at the moment. So yeah, we're just very much gearing up towards that. We've got lots of other projects and things connected to the band that we're working on at the moment. Lots of things sort of bubbling away underneath. But the main focus for us as a band at the moment is just kind of getting the album out there,
right.
And just getting it in people's ears. But we're really proud of it. It's a good album. We spent a lot of time just taking our time making the album that we wanted to make, and we're just really happy with the overall production of it, the quality of the songwriting on there. It just feels like a real step up for us musically and visually as a band, and we're thrilled with
songwriting as well. They're all they some of them sound very different. There's not one track on there that you go, oh right, that sounds like that. Then you get into, oh right, I understand where they're coming from. We try and mix it up a bit. We have, because of the ages we are, a very varied an eclectic mix of songs and music we listen to and songwriters, and that comes to the mix when we all start to contribute to songwriting
Sure.
and putting
Yeah.
together tunes.
Yeah.
Gav has his own inimitable style and way of coming up with lyrics, which I am totally in admiration for you. The way you're a wordsmith and the way you put together, but words and the way they work with the music that we put together. But it's becoming more collaborative as we're going together as a three-piece, and that's reflected in what we put down as far in Ghosts.
Oh
And, you
yeah.
know,
Oh my gosh. So the songwriting, Gav, do you start writing a piece, or do you do it together, or how's your process?
It's a little it's changed recently, like in probably the last year. It's changed a lot. It used to be more led by sort of ideas that I had, songs or half ideas or finished songs. But as Adam said, it's a lot more collaborative now, and I think I see more the benefits of being open to collaborations and things. I think I was a little bit more, secular and like, I want to go away and do this by myself type of thing because of whatever it is I'm writing about might be personal or something. But for the
There's that,
Ghost
yeah.
album, we
Yeah.
just collaborated a lot more, and there was more sharing of like lyric ideas, music ideas, and then conversations around songs and how they should be structured as a band, So yeah, and I think moving forward, that's probably going to be the model that we will work with, because I think it really adds a lot of strength to the relationships in a band if you're
Oh yeah.
collaborating, because
Sure.
you're sharing each other ideas and you're kind of validating things, and or you're able to find what you like as a band and what doesn't work as a band. And I think through that collaborative process, that's kind of really how you discover how to write better songs and how to kind of present them to an
I
audience.
agree.
And so
Yeah.
yeah, I think the songwriting process has definitely changed over the years, but I definitely think the collaborative way is the best way. It's just a good way. I mean, Adam plays, like I said, guitar very differently to how I play guitar, so the types of things that Adam will come up with on a guitar is something that I would never come up with. And so
and vice versa.
yeah, and
Vice
it's
versa. Yeah. Sure.
that's a missed opportunity there. There's a song there that's lost because I was too consumed in my own world to kind of allow that idea to come in. So
What a crazy world
what
that
a
is.
what a crazy
Crazy mad cat world. Dr. Seuss would be so pleased.
Yeah, absolutely. Collaborating is the way forward for us as a band. Want to hear those ideas, and equally, I think we're at a point now where we're quite comfortable for people to take the lead and say, well,
Tuned into each other.
yeah, I've got this idea and I've got it, and we can play those. And if we feel like it doesn't work as a band, then we're not afraid to just leave it or come back to it at another
Yeah.
time. Some things happen very instantly. So all of the new music that we're writing at the moment is pretty much a band effort.
Together.
We all have little nuggets of ideas. We don't try to formulate them into finished things. We do it when we're together. So we're all on the same page. We're making those decisions about the structure and where things go and what feels right and the tempo and the way the drums are played. Everything's kind of discussed as we go through, and we try different methods. So we might try it as a ballad. If it doesn't work, we might try it as a
Oh, wow.
faster song or try and find a middle ground. So,
Right.
but sometimes equally, Adam will write things and send them to me that are more complete, and I will as well, or we'll write together
Vice
a lot
versa.
more on the new album. There's probably about 5 or 6 songs that Adam and myself wrote together. Like
Right.
equal.
So all the songs on this album you definitely have all collaborated on together.
Most of them, yeah. Most
Yeah.
of them, yeah.
Yeah. And the first single from that album was what?
It's Not About You.
Not About You.
If you've seen if you want, if I don't,
Thank you.
have you seen the video, Deborah?
I have. Oh my God.
It raises a smile to everybody, doesn't it? Oh, the conversation we had when Gab rang me up about, I've got a plan, boys. I've got a plan.
I've got a great idea.
I've got a great idea, lads. We're going to go to a...
Talk about that
we're gonna
video
go to a
because
room,
I
right
want.
back to the-
Yeah, talk about it because I want to know, like, how the heck did you come up with the idea?
So we wanted to do a video where we were going to smash all our instruments up, And someone told me in COVID, someone said that there was these places that were opening called like rage rooms, where you could go pay some money, you could give you a sledgehammer and you can smash up TVs and glass or anything you want for 30 minutes just to get that, get that energy out. So
why not? After COVID, why not?
So I said, well, that sounds like the perfect place to make a video where we smash stuff up. So I found this place. I went to have a look at the room, but I wasn't very inspired. It didn't really, like the aesthetic of it wasn't quite right. But then they showed me a room that they had upstairs, which was just covered in paint. And I just said, I want to make a video in this room. What can we do? And I basically said, we want to just bring a camera person in. We want to just cover ourselves in paint and we just want to film making a video. And they said, just do whatever you want to do. You can play the music as loud as you want. You can use as much paint as you want. It's nothing is off limits, basically. You just literally do whatever it is you want to do. So we found a camera person, which took quite a long time to convince someone to come and do it. Yeah, we just spent a couple of hours having a paint fight just to kind of get ready.
Fantastic.
And then
I recommend it to everyone.
And then we filmed it. Yeah, we just filmed. We spent about 8 hours just throwing paint at each other and filming it, and it was just wonderful. And we were just like giggling like little children, weren't we? Like,
yeah,
the whole day.
I was wondering if you had to sell the idea, but I guess not. You just all went for it.
No,
yeah. We just.
Deborah, he rang me up from the very room, and he just went, "I'm standing in a room covered in paint. I've had a change of plan. We're gonna cover ourselves in paint and do this video." And it went quiet, and I just went, "Hell yes." Sounds perfect. Anyway, does Danny? What do you think, Danny? Oh, Danny will be fine. Don't worry, Danny will be fine.
You all looked like you were fine. Oh my gosh! When I, excuse me, when I first started watching the video, I'm like, what? What? And it was like, oh, I was like, that was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I have never seen anything like it. And I think that's what I like about you guys. You do things that, are a little bit, different from other bands, other, music.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just a little.
Just a little.
So the other thing that I was raised a little. Guys are funny. Oh my gosh. So you also do this thing, you're doing this promotion for the new album as well, I believe, these secret shows.
Well, the secret shows are something we haven't done it yet, but it's something we're talking about. The secret shows won't be for this album, they'll be for another album next year we're writing at the moment an EP that we're going to record maybe at the end of the year or maybe early next year. But it's different again musically. We've gone a little bit harder. It's rockier. It's not like metal, but it's rockier. It's got a bit more of an edge to it. So what we were thinking about doing was just road testing these songs live, but doing it almost like secretly. So under a different name, so people don't know that it's us. So we turn up and we play, but we would still give people the opportunity to come if they wanted to. So we would make an announcement that we're playing on this day in this place, but we wouldn't say who we billed as. So it wouldn't be common knowledge on flyers, for example. So if people like fans wanted to come, they could still have the opportunity, but it just will be a little bit more of a secret type thing. Just for the people that wanted to really be there and hear those songs in the early stages of development. And that's also part of the songwriting process as well, Deborah, is playing them live, because sometimes you play them live and you just get a very different reaction. And you think, maybe we need to revisit that. So it's part of before we go into the studio, we'd like to kind of give them a bit of a road test live.
Because I've had an indie artist, I've played their song, it's been mastered, and he's like on the phone quick with me, like, take it down, I need to redo it. It's not right. I hear it differently. So even doing it live, I didn't even think about that as well. It's like, it's just all different. So, all right. But I like that. That's a whole nother marketing aspect of getting your music out there, and new music, and having, people hear it, not knowing it's you guys.
Yeah. And it might generate a bit of interest, but another reason for it as well is that we used to be a 4-piece before we made the album. We made a decision to stay as a 3-piece.
Oh, okay.
So we also want to just work out how we're going to play and what we can play as a three-piece band.
Versus the
So
four.
that's part of it as well. It's
Okay.
just kind of working out.
Very, very different way of playing. Push you as a musician, because normally you've got somebody there. Like I used to play. Gav played guitar when we played live and sang at the same time. I'd fill in different bits, and it gives you a different sound. Obviously, as soon as you put three-piece, you've got to think differently about what you play, how you play, and how it complements the song,
Right.
and how it drives the song. Because you just sometimes don't have that. It's not a crutch, but that security blanket of somebody there
Right, somebody
playing
else.
something.
You're exposed.
You're more exposed.
Exposed, yeah.
The pithy answer, yes, you're more exposed.
Yeah.
We like the idea of it. It's going to hopefully make us better musicians, better songwriters, because you have to get to the point a lot quicker.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
you have to create a bigger wall of sound with
Right.
one person.
We're doing our best.
And
Yeah, I think you guys are doing something right. Just saying.
it's challenging, but I think I think because we get on so well and we've got that history together, it'd be very difficult to bring someone new into the band that we've never met
At this point.
because we've got that friendship as well outside of the
And the
band.
chemistry,
So,
yeah.
there's the chemistry, there's that kind of click between us, and I know that's not impossible. You know, we're nice people. We're not going to bite someone's head off or whatever if they join. No, not straight away.
But you're in a rhythm. You balance each other. You probably know each other so well at this point that bringing back that fourth person, that would take time to get that person, if that was even the right fit. So staying the three-piece and doing what you're doing now, which is just awesome, is sounds like you're doing it right. Absolutely.
It's working well as a three-piece.
Yeah,
Feels good.
Feels
absolutely.
good. And that's good, isn't it?
So let me ask you, Melodic Harmony Reviews, and that's how we got connected. They are awesome over there, and I've been doing this now with them for, I don't know, it's been a couple of months, and that's how I reached out to you and said, because of Melodic Harmony, I would love to interview you, and here we are. And did you submit your music to them, or did they reach out to you?
I can't remember, to be honest. I think we were on like an indie review show that's run by the EWL band.
Oh yeah.
And it went down really well. That particular song went down really well on that show, which I was surprised at, because the bands they played before were quite heavy compared to us, so we're quite pop and indie. But actually, the audience really responded really well to it, and I think that's when the Melodic Harmony Reviews. I can't remember if I contacted them. I think they might have been watching on the night, and they dropped me a line to say, hey, send us some tracks and things. So
they had this.
No, to be honest, it blurs into one. I've done quite a few interviews in the last couple of weeks.
Actually, on the review it says they randomly selected an album track, so you must probably sent maybe whatever, and they went ahead and went through, because I know they had a couple of songs listed, and they've had this to say about Dinky: musical perfection, great vocals, flawless recording quality, and pitch perfect voice from Gavin.
Oh, I'll take that. And
have that written up on a poster.
And no, just, I don't know if you can pan your camera around. There's no one's holding a gun to your head at the moment. That's fine. Which is could you just say, my name's Deborah. This comment was made by my own free will.
That's it. My own free will, talking to Melodic Harmony. They were just, they really enjoyed your music. And so when I started listening to it, it's like, well, absolutely. Everything they had said about all of you is true. From, let's see, where did we start out with? Danny on drums produces a flawless percussion section on the track. From the dramatic build into the introduction to the perfectly timed tom work over the verses, adding individuality and emotion to the song with beautifully placed drum fills and empowered drumming in each chorus. This is a masterclass.
Fantastic. He'd like that. He'd just grin at you, actually. He'd just stand here and just grin. And just
my gosh, watching him in those videos, he is just, he is awesome. Absolutely. And then, we love him. Well, you're going to have to tell him I missed him. And then we got Gav on bass, works in perfect harmony with his backline partner in crime, Danny, driving the track forward through the verses and operating almost as a solo rhythm section. Enter the chorus, and the bass levels the frequencies perfectly, providing a full body bass line and power.
Take that.
Take it and run like you stole it.
And we've got Adam, guitar, creates the perfect riff for the intro, which is applied with moderate distortion and chorus effect to give an airy quality whilst maintaining clarity of the higher frequencies. In the verses, the rhythm guitar is perfectly palm muted with mild distortion before bursting into life for the choruses, opening up a full and rich guitar tone. In addition to the rich rhythm guitar and similar to the introduction, we have the return of the tinkling guitar tones completing the layers of this track to create the big sound. This melody gets fixed in your head and due to catchiness and is used with precision during the breakdown before preparing us for the song's conclusion. I mean, come on. You guys are awesome.
I'm not going to turn around and go, well, I disagree.
Yeah, no.
I disagree with everything that review's just said.
I thought
I'm not going to say that, am I?
I thought you was going to say, and Adam. Anyway,
right, moving on. and Adam played some guitar.
And Adam played guitar. Tell us about your new.
No.
Sorry, Deborah.
Sorry, you get the vibe anyway. What it's like.
You guys, it's definitely. I mean, if
we
you
like this on stage.
Yeah.
But if you didn't have it, there wouldn't be Dinky. I mean, you guys have to, be what you are together to, to create what you do with your music. Oh, for goodness sakes. But yeah, shout out to you guys. I mean, you're awesome. So why not, pitch perfect and the perfect riff and harmony and flawless percussions, doesn't get better than that.
That's
well, it
good.
does. Now, it does get better because then you get interviewed by me.
There you go.
So I'm glad you agree with the review from a lot of Harmony reviews.
Oh, it's very nice. It's a very nice review, yeah.
Oh my gosh. So between everything you do, how do you balance it all out? Do you take time off from it all? You've got your music, you've got the videos, you've got other jobs, home life, family life, or don't you have a life?
Bit of A, bit of B. I probably do something towards the band every single day, whether it's just a phone call or an email or something a little bit more, meaty. So I don't know. I don't really have any time off from the band.
We were talking about it. I mean, you have the knowledge of certain things that, there's certain things I say, Gav, I have no idea what you're doing. I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you do the stuff about the videos, about some of the things he does about PR and pushing some of the tracks and the album out. That's just a mystery to me, Deborah. So I just go, Gav, is there anything I can do that supports it so he doesn't have to think about it? Right. So simple things like, look, I'll give people a ring and say, right, I'll organise something we're going to do recently, which we were talking about with the podcast. And then I'll ring up about rehearsals, or I'll sort something out about that. Or if there's something, let's face it, low level, not sort of up there as far as the creative aspects of it. Is he listening?
But is he listening? It's massively helpful.
But not bigging him up. That's the sort of thing. So I'll do all the mundane stuff around that, so he can concentrate on the things that I just don't have the knowledge or the ability to help and support.
Well, it's
sounding board. He can talk to me.
It's as important, it's all feeding the machine, though. It's all, those mundane things are absolutely crucial. To galvanize me sometimes into just, being up for a gig or a rehearsal. Right. If it's a cold, wet night, or for example, you know what I mean. It's just nice to have those little bits of sort of band admin that just get
exactly. I like
care
that.
of and things like that. Yeah, and I'm happy to do the other stuff as well. It's no bother at all. But yeah, I mean, I don't really have any time off from it. But again, I get a lot of enjoyment out of doing the band because, as Adam said, I also sort of direct and edit the videos as well. Right. So I'm involved in lots of aspects of it with the artwork and things like that. So it gives me lots of different ways of flexing those creative muscles and finding new things out, finding new art forms, new artists to connect with. So, for me, it's all,
and you do very well.
Good.
It's just very exploratory.
Credit's due.
And and I enjoy doing it. So yeah, why not?
So it's not a job. It's just part of who you are.
Yeah, and it's
all of you.
It's for the band. It's about doing nice things for the band.
Absolutely.
And having something nice that we can all keep forever.
Right. Absolutely. Do you all live near each other?
Yeah. Not too far.
Oh, that's nice. Well, that makes it convenient.
7 or 8 mile radius.
Yeah,
Oh, that's not bad. Oh,
easy to meet up.
a
Yeah,
stone's throw.
That's nothing in America, is it?
No.
7 or 8 mile radius.
No. Oh my goodness
Just
gracious.
around the corner.
First full-length studio album was Falling Satellites, which was what year?
2015.
15.
Wow.
And then sophomore record was Open Letters, and then your
2019 that came out.
19, 29. Okay. And then your third
before
studio
COVID, yeah.
album will be Ghosts.
Yes. So obviously it's taken a couple of years because of the whole COVID stuff,
Sure.
you know.
Yeah.
So it took a little bit of time just to kind of get through that and get to a place where we could rehearse on a regular basis. But what was nice was, you know, I think we'd been writing lots of music during the pandemic. So when we actually came together, we just had so many riffs and things, and you know, I've got this and I've got that, and we just threw it all together and said, let's make an album. So
Wow.
we spent about 2 years making this, but that was sort of on and off, really, going in and recording bits and then coming out and then trying other stuff.
So
But,
you go into the studio? You go in the studio to do all your recording?
yeah. So we worked with a producer, Owen Davis,
Okay.
at Loud Noises Production. Owen has worked with us on our first 2 albums, doing like the drum tracking, but we've just worked. Owen's produced the whole of this album, he's mixed it, mastered the whole thing. So we only worked with the one producer this time around. But one of the things that we did was we went to a couple of other studios as we were making the album to demo songs as well, and just try out other things in studios. So yeah, we just spent quite a long period really of just kind of going in and out and trying different things. And like I said, that's how we worked out how we knew what we wanted from the songs and how they should sit on the album and what was best for it. So it was just through that process of doing it really. So it has taken a little bit of time to get to that stage, but it'll be worth the wait.
Exactly.
I think this was the best thing that we've made as a band. I'm not just saying that as some kind of like marketing thing, you know.
We personally think it is.
As our personal, we think this is the best record we've made, and we're thrilled if people can go and
Feel the same way.
check it out, or or find something on there that resonates with them, because I'm sure they will.
15 pieces of music on
Yeah,
there,
that's
hopefully.
Oh my gosh.
All very different.
It makes a difference. You take the time and time and energy and the thought process and pulling it all together. I mean, it does make a difference. Not that, others rush through their music, but there's a difference when if you have the time, if you're able to, put the time and effort into your, recordings, and the end results, you're doing you're doing something right.
That worked for us.
I always said, I'm always happy to give my time up to do this because I get a lot of enjoyment out of it. But it always blows my mind how much Danny and Adam give of their time and their passion and their creativity. I appreciate that. Like every single day, I appreciate that. They come with good positivity. Is he listening? Is he listening?
I'm listening.
Is he listening?
I am listening.
It comes with they come with
It's
a lot.
in my head. It's getting bigger.
Come with a lot of positivity and a lot of good ideas and just a good attitude towards it, and there's no ego, and it just makes it so much easier just to go and have fun and play music.
I think that's the key.
And if you're having fun and you're all getting along, then
Exactly.
follows from that. You will make good music, you will write good, you will make good videos, and like you said, you've just got to invest a bit of that time just to make something. And
after 13 years of being together, that's exactly what you are forging, is this relationship, not only on that personal, but what you both, and all three of you, all love to do, and that's your music.
Yeah, and I think for some bands, that this album was something that we all wanted to make. So, we like what's the after COVID, it's like, what do we want to do? And everyone wanted to make an album. So, after 13 years, it's like a marriage, isn't it?
Yeah.
And, and albums are like our children. And the new album is by far our favourite child.
There you go.
I know you're not supposed to say that, but it is. And it wasn't an album that we made to save our marriage. It was an album that we planned and we wanted.
I have no idea.
It came from the love of your marriage.
We sat down and we discussed it together. And we felt that it was the right time to start working on something new. So,
well, I'm glad you did.
Many evenings we spent.
All I can say, Deborah, is wow.
We spent many evenings together making this beautiful record.
Gav, too much. Next question.
I'm talking about.
Let me ask this, since we're on talking of good marriages.
This is why I do this on my own.
I like this.
Yeah, sure, it'll be fun. What can happen? What's the worst that can happen?
What's the worst? Deb's got it all on tape.
Sorry,
Good.
This is what we like.
Oh my gosh. So speaking of your great relationship, what's been the most memorable moment of Dinky?
All a bit emotional.
Memorable moment, favorite memorable moment of
Making
Dinky.
this.
Yeah.
This has been great.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
loved every minute of that.
Yeah.
Didn't mean I didn't enjoy doing the other albums, but it was just so much fun.
Yeah.
The tracks just sounded so much better.
Yes.
All of them together. Do you remember when we sat down and actually wrote out what order they were going to go in? And we came around here and we just went da 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 da, and both looked and went, yeah, done. Normally you can spend hours going over what order the tracks.
What order?
If we were that in tune and that together, as far as this album's concerned, it just felt right.
Right. Yeah.
That's the only way I can describe it. We're just on tune all the way, on message all the way through.
Yeah,
It's brilliant.
so.
It was great.
My favorite moment, not necessarily one moment, but it's moments. But it's probably the music videos that we've been making over the last 8 months. So we've made 4, but we haven't released 2 of them yet. They're still coming out later in the year. But we have had just an incredible amount of fun making videos and just doing some really experimental stuff. I've just loved it. I've loved every minute of it. I've loved all of the organizing, the planning, filming it, and then the editing as well. It's been wonderful, and lots of people have really reacted really positively about the videos.
Yeah.
And we did an interview a couple of days ago for a radio station in the UK, and the guy said that he kind of looks forward to our videos more than the music, because it's like video first, and then I can't wait to listen to your music after.
Yeah.
The videos are like the go-to thing first, and I just thought that was really interesting, because a lot
He's
of bands
right.
just don't really bother with the visual side of it, but I think we spend a lot of time looking after the visual side of it. But it's been amazing. I've loved every minute of doing those videos, and we've got those videos to keep forever, so those are moments that we've captured those moments.
Absolutely. And I just think with your videos, you just have a different approach to them from other, I've watched a lot of music videos and they're all been wonderful in their own right, but watching yours and just thinking about, well, what was that concept behind those videos? Where did you come up with those ideas? Who thought of, let's do paintball for this video? Who thought about, so I am really excited, and I can't wait for the next 2 videos. So if there's a chance that I could sneak peek them, I send them my way.
I'm sure we could do that. Yeah, no problem.
So that's a great memory. I like both of those. Because the other, just going back to Adam and putting your songs in the order that you wanted to put them in, there's reasons. There's there's a flow to any album. You just don't randomly, pick a song and throw it into a slot, right? And I don't know if everybody knows that. I didn't know that for a long time. I didn't know that for a long time, that there is a whole thought process just for that. Where is this song going to lead from your beginning, your middle, and your end? Because it tells a story.
Yeah, I'm old enough to remember vinyl, so it was very much side 1 and side 2. So, it
Right?
had to happen. Say again?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I vaguely remember them, but yeah.
Of course you do.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Of course you do. Of course you do. I'm just talking to anybody sort of above a certain age, of which you two are neither.
No.
A side A and a side B. And you tend to try and think, I still think in that sort of way, whether you think of that sort of way because it's about vinyl and side A and side B, or whether you look at a list of tracks and have that ebb and flow that needs to be accomplished as in the way that you arrange the tracks.
Yeah.
It's the same sort of process, isn't it, really?
Right.
And it just came so easy.
I was worried because we had 15 songs, and I thought, well, how do you make those 15 songs, which are quite different, because we're a multi-genre band, we don't stick to a specific genre,
Yeah.
So how do you make all of that fit, make it coherent? So
with 3 people with their own ideas.
Yeah,
Right.
and we thought
You're going to have some fallout over it.
Yeah, definitely. And I think
potentially
we thought that it would be really difficult, and it actually just was, I think it was the first order that we had.
Yeah.
That's what Adam said. It went smoothly.
We kept within, surprising, and it still works now. I don't listen back and think, maybe we could have moved that one or something. It feels like it all just fits well somehow. I don't know the science behind it.
It fits well for us anyway.
Yeah, well, there you go. And that's what works, and it has worked well. So one of the questions I had on the list that I'm going to ask, but I already know the answer. Is there ever been a time when you just wanted it all to throw in the towel and quit the band? But talking to you, before I started the recording, and prior to, and during this conversation, there's no way you guys ever call it quits.
No, I don't think there was really. there was never really a time that it's just always just done it. And
it's too much fun.
It's just been a thing that we've always done. And like you said, you know, it's accommodating for everyone, and we're respectful that obviously people have got lives outside of this as well. So there's no pressure on anyone to do anything or be anywhere or whatever. You know, it's just a nice thing that we do, and we make the time for it. And so no, I've never really had a period. I mean, I've had periods where it's just, you know, I think over COVID where it was difficult and you can't play live and you can't do this and you can't meet up or anything. And I think that felt that was frustrating, I think, more than anything. But I don't know. I mean, like you said, at the moment, we're just having
I haven't gotten that feeling right from the beginning when we first started speaking, that, you know, you two are so cohesive and balanced with each other that I mean, I'm sure we all, you know, you get frustrated as any marriage, you get frustrated. You know, well, let me ask you this, because you are together for 13 or over 13 years, and you do all, you know, the three of you balance each other out. What advice would you give to another indie artist, either solo or band, starting out to have this longevity?
Don't give up. Don't stop. No matter how many times life throws things at you, if you want to do it and it's fun, keep on doing it.
Yeah.
And if you have a natural talent, or not a talent for just playing guitar, enjoying it, and the tunes will come, and eventually it will come good at some point. It's just the tenacity to stick at it. It's easy to say, 100%, difficult to accomplish. But I know it's not rocket science. I know it's not a clever thing, but just stick at it, keep going. And whether you do it when you're 17 or when you come back to it, it's the door's never shut.
Right.
Once you open that door to music and playing a musical instrument, whether you give it 30 years before you pick it up again, that door is never shut.
Agreed.
So you've got to keep on going and keep on doing it. Sorry, it's not going to change the world.
No.
But that's not what it's all about on occasions with certain things like this. It's a truism. It's what happens.
I think my advice would just be for anyone either starting up or whatever, like you said, or coming back to it, just make sure you're in the band with like similar-minded people. You know, I think the for me, the people make the band first, and then the music comes after. You know, if you're in a rehearsal room and there's tensions and there's egos, it's never going to really last. You know, you might have a year or two, but eventually people are going to get bored and want to do something else.
Be painful.
I'd say, you know, find like-minded people. You know, start off with your friends if you're starting off, whatever, and like you said, just keep at it, just keep playing, keep writing, and be happy. Just to, you know, if it's not working out for you, then move on to something else. You know, find another group of people to play with or something, and eventually you'll find the people that you'll click with, and then you'll start writing really great songs, and you'll have a good time. You know, and then you'll be making albums
with 15 tracks.
Each other in pain.
Yeah, you've just got to
smashing things up.
You've got to build that relationship. I mean, we've joked about it in the past, where they've said that like the band is like a cult. So you know, all these paint
Can you
videos.
see the chair?
This is the it's initiation. That's what the paint video is. I didn't want to make a video where they had to walk across hot coals whilst I paddled them.
No, stop.
I'll go with the
Yeah. We've nearly got there.
That's why I can't wait to see these next two music videos.
So could I. And I was in them.
Oh my goodness gracious. Oh yeah. And now that I've talked to you for a few minutes, I really can't wait, because your minds are so creative and a little bit out there, which just makes it all that much better. Oh my gosh.
Is that a compliment? Deborah, is that a compliment?
Oh yes, it was. Sorry.
Good.
Yeah. Note to self, make sure I say. Yeah. Oh my God. So your website, one other thing I wanted to talk about, because I think your website is great. You take the time to inform your fans with the news and a blog and the videos and the music, but you update it consistently. It's not outdated, because I've been checking it. I've been checking.
I think I really hate it when you visit websites and they just look old, even, you know, when they haven't been. You can see that they haven't been updated, and you think, every 2 months, just to write a very quick blog post. Hey, we've just done this. It doesn't have to be a big thing. It's just checking in with people. And if someone's new to the band and they've just discovered you and they go to your website, I like them to get the impression that this is an active place to come to. So I can come back here again, and I might find something else.
Yeah.
And so we're talking about building up some of the pages a little bit more to celebrate some of the older music we've done, maybe share more photos or videos and things.
Oh, that'd be
people
awesome.
might not have seen.
Yeah.
I just like, you haven't got to spend a lot of time on it. It's just something that every couple of months I like to just think, well, have we got anything important or exciting to say or share with people? And couple of sentences, nice relaxed format. I think it's important just to have that on there,
Yeah.
As I said, I just want people to know that it's I think that's why I date the blogs as well, so people can see that it is like I said, a page that's updated on a regular basis.
It makes a difference. I try to do it. I'm not as faithful as you with the website, but people, especially for musicians, if you have the website, it does make what where are you going to be? What's the music coming up? Can I listen to and watch one of your wonderful music videos? So you got all that from your website.
Yeah, it's a hub for people to go to rather than giving everybody all of the links and social media. It's all on the website, so people go to the website, they can literally navigate to buy our music, listen to it. That's what it's for, really. It's designed for that. And there's other things on there that behind the scenes videos and things as well that we put on there. So there's loads of stuff on there.
So let everybody know where they can find you, social media, the website address, etc., etc.
So website is dinky-music.co.uk. We're probably a bit more active on Instagram. So we're at Dinky Music on Instagram and at Dinky Music Official on YouTube. Obviously, we've spoke a lot about videos, so if people are watching and they'd like to find out a bit more, just type in Dinky Music Official into YouTube and you'll find us on there. I don't really know how people find us on Spotify, but I think if you just did a search for
Dinky.
Dinky or something,
come up.
a few things will come up, but we'll probably be on there somewhere as well.
Yeah. Oh, no, you are.
Okay.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Is there anything else that I haven't touched on that you'd like to share with everybody?
Not from me.
Not really. Just to say that, if people are curious about us, I think now's a good time to kind of get on the Dinky train, because we've got lots of things in the pipeline, including another album next year, which is going to be a compilation album of live recordings and demos and things, alternative versions of songs. So there's some really exciting stuff in there. There will be some new music on that people haven't heard as well. And we're also developing a podcast series for later in the year, which will be a YouTube podcast series, which is going to be looking at how we've made our music videos for this album. So we're doing 4 episodes with the camera guy who's going to come down, and we're going to be sharing lots of behind the scenes stories and footage from those videos, how they came about, and so that's all to come this year. And as I say, we're working on some new music as well. So, again, possibility of some secret shows and a new EP, possibly a new album next year. So there's an enormous amount of stuff going on at the moment. So a really good time to kind of get on board.
That's awesome. I have to get my passport updated and make a trip to England. Well, my grandmother was from Ireland, so I still have yet to get over there. So one of these years I'm going to pop in. Absolutely. Adam, Gavin, Danny, who's not here, thank you so much for joining me today. I have thoroughly enjoyed our conversation, as I know all the listeners will enjoy this as well. I wish you all the best and continued success in your band, Dinky.
Thank you very much, Deborah. Take care.
You're welcome.